Sir?
And I'm starting the stream now.
Yay!
Whoa, that's too loud. All right. So, welcome again to anyone who is potentially watching this. Watching the VOD, maybe, I don't know. What session is it? Session 6? No. Yeah, well, it's section 6 to me because of that one skip. I counted as session 2. But, yeah, welcome to Primordial Harmony, anyone who's listening to me right now. Let's make this a thing. Everybody, introduce yourself and your character, either with your username or your first name, and then your character. Starting with Brittany, go.
Well, I'm Brittany, and my character is a tiefling monk named Garhill.
Miles.
My name is Miles. I am a seeker human, which is like an intelligence ranger named Tadias.
I am Kitties, and I play a gnome bard named Hum.
I am Zafin, or Justin, and I play a fire genasi fighter.
And Nyx plays a Wood Elf Ranger named Illyria. She will not be joining us this week, but she will be back next week, and her character will continue adventuring with the party. Alright. So we left off with the party on one of the streets on the industrial block side of Forthstride. Believe they just finished a conversation with Marshal Gorbash. Oh yeah, and the dog, who I guess is named Dante.
Oh yeah, is that canon now?
How could you forget our dog Dante?
I didn't. I got it right here in my notebook. A party pooch named Dante.
Party pooch. Nice. Cool. So, it's still, it's like 11 o'clock-ish right now, currently. What do you guys do?
11 a.m.?
Yeah. The sun is out. You look around and you can see, you're sort of on the... You're in sort of a valley area right now, because the hill goes up this way, and the top of the hill is where all the elemental guilds are. And then Citadel Hill is right over here, which is a much steeper, a little bit taller of a hill.
I don't see the map.
Me neither.
We're not on the map.
Oh, you're not on the map. Hello. How about now?
There we are.
There we go.
Excellent.
There we are.
So, Citadel Hill is a hill, and it's pretty tall. And then the hill where the industrial elemental guilds are is also, from where you are, if you were to look to your west, the street would go up at an angle. So,
Carahil, didn't you want to go see your friend?
Yeah, I am looking for somebody. He said he was coming here to learn magic at a place called a Chew or something.
Am I familiar with the Chew, being someone who's lived here?
You recognize that she is mispronouncing a establishment that is affectionately referred to as ACA, which is Aldak's Center for the Arcane Arts.
You're the best in this city. Do you know directions to, I think it's pronounced ACA?
I should know where that is.
I'm sure you do.
She's got the secrets.
You know, being a panhandler for a year or two around here before I started playing as a bard.
It's in the key. If I have the handout.
Do we have a key? Is there a key? Ah, there it is.
Location.
Okay, H.
Location H.
So
Yeah.
bottom. Where are you? Oh, so the right, that kind of like almost like Space Invader building next to the bridge.
Yeah. It does look like a Space Invader, doesn't it? Two-story building that houses many classrooms and lecture halls and workshops.
Well, if you'd like, Carahil, we can all come with you to see your friend, or not, we can meet back here later, whatever you prefer.
Whichever one works for you guys. I would really love your help finding him, because as you guys can tell, I have no idea where I am.
I've been meaning to ask about that. You have no recollection about how you ended up on that cart?
Oh, I mean, but you guys found me there, but I somehow missed the city when I was looking for it.
Well,
I was really grateful that you guys found me when you did, or I probably would have continued heading east.
that would be unfortunate, but let's make sure you don't get lost, Why don't you lead us to this Akka?
It's familiar to you, Tadias. You know about this mage academy of sorts.
Alright, then I'm gonna start walking that way.
Okay.
Just early, everybody.
I just follow along, humming along.
All right. I'll just drag you guys.
Yay.
So, you guys make your way through the city, or you make your way across the bridge. You hear the water rush beneath you as you cross. When you get to here, you see everyone except for Carahil recognizes a private in the Forthstride militia, leaning up against this building here. And as he sees you guys coming up, he kind of like takes stock of each of you, and then he just kind of like pulls out a note from his pocket, looks at it, and then he's just kind of like, okay. He walks up to you, and he says, he like points at Tadias and he says, "Are you Tadias?"
Depends on who's asking. Exactly what do you need, my friend?
He says, you match the descriptions that Gorbash gave me. Marshal Chanzal would like you to meet him at the spring at the top of the hill."
Marshal who?
Marshal.
He's the marshal for outside the perimeter of the city.
I don't think I've met this marshal before. Why is he interested in speaking to me?
Because Gorbash talked to him for us, remember?
Well, it's not a private meeting. I can bring my companions, correct?
All of you. He wants to talk to all of you.
We are attending to some business right now. How long is the meeting going to last?
Can you repeat that?
We're attending to some business right now. How long is the meeting going to last?
He didn't say. He just seemed like he just wanted to thank you personally.
He just wants to say thank you. We should go, Tadias.
I'd say it's Carahil's call. Do you want to go seek out your friend now or go get bath pats?
I mentioned before that Earthor can wait. He doesn't even know I'm coming. So we could go see the marshal now.
Lead the way, friend.
He gives you directions.
Lazy.
He says, "What? I'm on watch." He points up the hill, up the stream. He says, the spring. And he gestures to... He gestures to this location.
I'm very happy the string is so well guarded by our, friendly militiamen. Thank you for your vigilance.
Thank you.
He kind of looks at you, like, wondering if that was sarcasm.
Yes, you're doing a lovely job.
And he just kind of
Thank you.
He just goes back to looking around.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you, Marshall. If we see you at any of the taverns, I'll buy you a drink. And I kind of slap him a little too hard on the back.
I quickly tell him,
Thanks.
"Hey, if you see a short wood elf man with short brown hair, he's studying at this mage college over here. His name is Urthor. Tell him that Carahill's here and wants to see him."
Sure.
Okay, thank you. And I turn around and follow the others.
Okay. So,
all right.
Yeah.
We about face, it sounds like. It was the opposite direction, or are we going southward?
I mean, that's
going south.
the academy. That's the spring at the top of the hill.
Okay. To the spring.
How are you getting there?
I'm assuming walkies.
Well, I mean, it just affects what I'll describe.
I think we're just gonna walk the streets, I assume, taking the sides,
Which
flaunt
street?
around our random doggy.
Okay.
We're taking our dog for a long walk.
Well, are we going to go this street, or are we going to go this street, or are we going to go down the river?
Probably straight down.
So is he at this building here?
He
Or
just
he's
told
just
he
at
just
that stream?
he just told you at the spring.
Well, that's a lot of space.
No, it's an open area. You know that it's an open area. You could probably spot him.
We stand out as well.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so
If you weren't so monstrously tall, Tadias, we wouldn't stand out so much.
It's not fun to point out people who are different.
Sorry.
I'm just playing. Don't worry about it. No, let's continue.
so I assume you're going up the streets
Yeah, we're probably going up to the
to
streets.
the main drag. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, as you guys make your way up the main drag, when you get to
Do we pass any wine stores?
No.
Okay.
However, if you are looking for a wine store, go ahead and make a history check. It's going to be a super, super small DC.
Sorry, I didn't open my sheet.
It's okay.
Yeah, when he started scribbling about us, I
Okay.
was thinking an insight check, so I just opened mine.
You know that there's one particular wine place that you have visited oft in your time in Forthstride. It is in the Garden District along the stream, and it's called Climbing Vines. You can tell you're in the Garden District if you're surrounded by gated gardens, these things here. Just enclosed gardens that have these really, not dense, but basically they're locked in these wooden cages so that people can't just, nab fruit from the vine.
Okay.
So, you know where it is. Does Hum sort of recollect and decide to head that way, or are you guys still heading toward the stream? Or the spring?
We could grab the wine really quick before we head over to the spring. We could have it, and then we could go up to the college and get to Carahill's friend, and then we could go to Tadias' uncle's place and ride in the air balloon.
What did we need the wine for?
Christen the ship.
That's correct.
Well,
yes,
I would say
yes.
we should meet the marshal first and then get the wine and then go to meet Urthor. And then go to the air balloon. Otherwise, the marshal would think we're all a bunch of drunk.
Or maybe we're here to celebrate the job well done, either way.
Do we know what race the marshal is?
You know that he is a white dragonborn.
Okay.
You've seen him around before, and you've seen him fight various threats to Forthstride on the outskirts.
Let's go see that marshal then. I don't want anybody to think I'm a drunk, even though I live over a tavern.
Okay, so you guys make your way through here. You guys, in the daylight, it's easy to see the gated area outside of the Wayshield's headquarters, and you see several horses just sort of milling about. It looks like they're there to rest. You recognize one of them easily, Zachriel, one that has been on many missions before.
I waved to him.
As you pass by and you kind of, I guess, go near the fence and wave, the horse approaches and just kind of nuzzles into you affectionately.
Even
Dante
more
doesn't
animals?
like it. Dante doesn't like it.
The horse just goes at Dante, and Dante just and just kind of tail between his legs, hides behind Hum.
So much drama this early.
Some reason animals love me. I don't understand.
You're a lovable guy. What's not to understand?
What's not to love?
So, you guys get to around here. I'm gonna make sure that the stream is seeing this. Nope, the stream is not seeing this. There we go. All right, you guys get to here, and you see, sort of near the road, but sort of off to the side in the grass, is a white dragonborn sitting on his calves, with his eyes closed, facing the water.
Stole my sitting position. How dare you? No on it.
What do you do?
Marshall! I do laser tag Marshall in the dark. No, I'm just Marshall!
Are you up close, or where are you?
I'm a bit away. I'm just kind of waving from a distance.
So he, you don't hear him grunt to alert, but he probably does as he turns around. He gets that dragonborn-y, toothy smile, and he stands up, and he looks pretty relaxed. He walks over, and he says, sorry, stand by. He says, are you the ones Trinsku told me about?
Do we know what they're in school?
It depends
Marshal
on what he said about us.
Marshal Gorbash.
Marshal Gorbash. Yes, we met Marshal Gorbash.
Oh, he said you did a job well done. He said you exposed a strange cult under the city in a sinkhole.
The earth exposed
That's
it. We
what I
kind of
thought.
fell into it. But yes, we managed.
He just says, he says, I cannot express my gratitude for taking it upon yourselves to investigate that order of monks. I've had my own suspicions of them for some time, but watching the outskirts in the farmland takes priority. He sort of clears his throat, and he looks like he's fishing in his bag, and he says, that said, as a way of showing you my thanks, I'd like you to have these. And he kind of pulls out a small sack, and he hands it over. He said, these are some left over. We got a new batch earlier this week. And he kind of gives another toothy grin. He hands the bag to whoever's closest.
Sir. Hum snatches it up because she's so curious about what's in the bag. She just can't handle herself.
You look in the bag, and
Thank you, sir.
you see at least 10 more pieces of elemental rosin.
Thank you so much.
He says,
What is it, Hum?
Go on.
Carol was asking Hum, what is it?
It's the elemental rosins that we put on the bows, and remember, it made things melt, and yeah. What do we?
People fire.
Yes.
I touched my
Thank you. I'm sure this will help in our travels.
Marshal,
Yes, sir.
have you or your men seen anything strange in the rivers?
He looks like he's thinking for a moment, and he says, Well, aside from your average knoll and fish, I haven't seen anything that strange.
Very well, thank you.
He says, he kind of just like, he squints his eyes like to be in a curious way, and he says, why, what's the matter?
Have you heard the reports of the 2 missing people pulled in by the river? Carried against its current?
He just kind of, his eyes kind of widen a bit, and he says, were they your family?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's fine. I'll find whoever it is, and I'll probably kill them.
He gives a hearty laugh. Ha 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 ha! That's good to hear. Anyone who harms the people of Forthstride, well, you know.
Yes, I've seen your work.
So he just kind of stretches, and he looks up at the sky, looks at the sun. He says, my leave is over in about 1 hour. I'd like to finish my resting by the spring. It's quite calming.
We have our own ideas of rest, so we'll leave it to it, I believe.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Well, thank you. And he turns and he starts walking back to the spring.
So how many of the elemental rosins are in the bag?
I put it in the party fund.
Is it 10, if I remember correctly?
And I specified each type. I rolled for
Nice.
that. I rolled for that, so
Ooh.
it's kind of random.
2 fire, 2 cold, 4 lightning, 2 acid.
Neat.
So, yeah. What do you do next?
Wine and arcane, correct?
Sounds good to me. Wine and a chew.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Hum starts skipping towards the wine shop.
Okay, so I'm going to say for this, I'm going to say the wine shop is... Oops, that's not a line. Come on, roll 20. All right. I'm going to say the wine shop is right there. Oops. Where that weird triangle is pointing to.
Okay.
Got those dots. So you guys make your way over there, crossing or near the stream, and the door above it has a sign, or the door has a sign above it that has a bunch of vines that look like they're creeping up a building, and it says climbing vines, and it's got grapes on the vines and other sorts of berries.
Well, do we want to run in here and grab some wine? You guys ready?
I'm not very familiar. I mean, I can stay around and pretend I know things, but that's the best of my abilities.
Well, don't we break the champagne, though, over the bridge of a boat?
Yes.
Not the bridge, but the hull. So let's go in and ask this man for a good bottle of champagne, then.
If he's a dwarf, don't tell him that we're throwing it.
Oh, no.
All right.
So Hum skips in because she's carrying the party's fund. She jingles in.
Strides in, and she sees the human proprietor sitting at the front counter. Gives you a polite smile as you stride in, and he says, "Hello, what can I do for you?"
I am looking for a moderately priced bottle of champagne.
Moderately priced. Well, let's see. He sort of stands up. He walks over to a shelf that has bottles of wine in it. You know, those crisscross ones.
Mm-hmm.
And he just sort of looks, and he just peering at labels, and he pulls one out. He pulls a bottle out, and then he just kind of looks at Hum. He looks at the rest of the party. What's moderately priced?
How much is that bottle?
He says, well, this is some of my finest stuff, and one bottle of this is 10 gold.
We'd like something a little less spendy.
He says, well, are you planning to drink it? You're planning to drink it, right?
No.
Oh, of course.
He looks to Zachariel, he looks to Hum.
Our friend Hall was going to drink it. Hall.
It's a gift. We're not going to drink it. It's a gift for someone else.
I understand. And he puts that bottle away, and he pulls out one with kind of the label looks almost just slapped on. He says,
"Oh, perfect."
He says, I don't really have much of a middle ground in terms of whites, but
we don't really like our friend who are giving it too much.
Well, this is from a particularly bad year. We keep it around, because the drunkards like it. This is 1 gold, as he's just holding the bottle he puts on the counter.
I appreciate your forthcomingness.
What
do you guys think, 10 or 1?
I'd personally go for 1. I don't see much purpose in wasting money.
Okay, we'll take that bottle, sir.
So you put a gold piece on the table, I'm assuming?
Yes,
Okay.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out a gold piece.
Okay, so he takes it and he says, thank you very much. And he just pulls a drawer, or unlocks the thing in his counter, pulls out a drawer, puts the gold in, locks the drawer. He says, can I do anything else for you?
No, sir, you've been helpful. Thank you so much.
He says,
And Hum skips out.
He says, well, have a good day. And he waves.
I think 1 gold was still a ripoff.
It's okay.
All right.
Anyway, to the academy.
So you guys make your way through the streets.
So as we're making our way through the streets, I talk to Carahel. So your friend doesn't even know you're coming?
No, he sent me a letter saying that he'd been researching the elemental planes, and he said something about wanting to visit them. After I got that letter, that just made me extremely worried about him, and I just wanted to come see him right away.
How long ago did you was that letter dated?
Maybe at most a month, I think. But that's at most. We don't really. Sometimes we lie about the dates in case the elders were to come across the letters.
Well, it hasn't been very long, so hopefully he won't have taken off to check out the elementals.
I really hope not. I'm very worried about him. I was always worried about him when he left, but...
Hum pats Carahel's hand and says, I'm sure it's going to be okay. I'm sure he'll be there.
Anyone else want to have a conversation before you get there? Or so as you guys walk down the street, a lot of folks that you can sort of put together are students at this mage academy. They're walking in the opposite direction. It looks like they're heading to either Vardos Lane or somewhere else in the Garden District to grab lunch, as it is starting to near maybe about 1 p.m. as the sun sort of, climbs its way across the sky.
Where do we start? Do you know anything else about where he's staying?
Like I said, we tried to keep our letters with very little detail. And the monks didn't like that he left, so and they didn't like that we would have communicated with each other. So if they would have found out, they would have been angry with both of us.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to find him.
So you guys
What does he look like?
Good.
Oh, I just said, what does he look like?
He's a short wood elf. He has short brown hair, green eyes. He himself is rather short and stout.
There's something to be said about stout people.
And when I last knew him, he would try to keep his hair rather light. I don't know if you'd change that or not.
What was that you said, Brittany? I didn't catch it. He was what?
He tried to keep his hair spiked in a spiked fashion. And his name is Earthor, if we wanted to ask anybody.
Earthor.
Well, I think we should start in the front office and see if anybody knows him.
We can also flag down some students leaving.
That's true. You're so smart.
I try, but not really.
So some students are, there are students around walking from, point A to point B. They're wearing, not robes or anything, but they have a little emblem on them that just sort of is a badge that says they're a student.
So I just stop a wandering student and look at their badge and say, "Hi, I'm Hum, and I'm looking for my friend Earthor. Do you know him?"
Earthor. Sounds familiar.
He's a wood elf with spiky hair.
Oh, yeah, he used to go here.
Used to.
I think I've seen him around a bit. I haven't seen him lately.
If we were looking for this wood elf, who would we talk to?
Well, you want to find a student. I would think the receptionist in the front office would help. She's a nice lady.
Thank you.
She's a nice lady.
What's her name?
Notes.
Her name's Helga.
Ooh, I like that name.
Or Helg. I actually get it mixed up. I don't usually say hello with her name because it gets a little embarrassing. Anyway, he says, is there anything else? He looks like he's trying to get a move on.
Thank you for your help. See you later.
Thank you very much.
He just smiles and waves, and he just starts walking off, and you watch him sort of just grab his stomach. It looks like he's going for lunch.
So, he might be out in the field that I haven't seen him in a while.
Or he might have run some tests. And Carahil just has a huge worried look on her face.
Well, let's go find this Helga. So it's easy enough to locate the front office. It's sort of a prominent, with the school's emblem and its sign, and it's a nice little lobby area with very nice looking chairs and such. And there is a young human woman at a desk against the wall.
Does she have a name tag?
She does not have a name tag.
Shit. Hi there. We are looking for a student, and we're hoping you can help us.
She says, oh, sure. Is he a family or a friend?
He's a friend of mine, yes.
All right. And she just takes out a big book, puts it on the desk, and she says, what's his name?
Oh, His name is Earthborn.
She just lifts a page, and the leaves just sort of, she starts turning leaves, and she says, Earthborn, oh, he used to go here. He actually works at Simple Heat now. She gives you a smile.
Very nice. Thank you so much for your help.
Did he graduate, or did he leave on some other terms?
He was... she smiles as she reads a little passage. He was poached. Tends to happen sometimes with our students. It looks like he had a bit of a knack for artificy. She closes the book. Anything else?
Sounds like your guy, Kirill. Sounds like about right.
Yeah, I suppose so. Thank you very much.
She says, no problem.
You have a great day.
You too.
If there's mints, I take one.
The mints all stick
Roll
together.
for
when you
mints,
lift
high
them.
low.
No, there's not mints, but there's like
Okay.
really old-timey, like, low-tech made hard candies.
And they all stick together when he tries to take one.
They're all
Try
wrapped.
to take one hard
They're,
candy.
they're wrapped in like this. They're wrapped in wax paper. You take a hard candy. She doesn't really pay any mind to it because it's there to be taken. And I'm assuming you pop it in your mouth, or you just save it for later.
I'm just holding it in my hand, kind of all together.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to take a candy from a magic school?
Just because I couldn't get in doesn't mean that I don't want their candy.
Oh, good. Take the candy. Well, do you want to go check over at Simple Heat then, Cara Hill?
Yeah, do you know where it is?
I'm guessing it's in the same area as the other elemental places.
Yes.
And seeing we're headed that way anyways.
Looks like we're trying to run the whole circuit. First Earth, then air, we get fire, then we'll talk to water just for the hell of it.
We should just drop by water for the hell of it.
You can call this spring water if you want to be real technical. And I start unwrapping my candy very loudly.
It just
You know?
pierces through the office because of it's really easy to hear it because of the small acoustics.
You know it's good when it's loud, and then I pop it in my mouth.
Tastes pretty sweet. Tastes like it has like a licorice root.
Mm.
So you guys are gonna head back to the Industrial Hill.
We are.
Okay. So I'm assuming you take.
I'm just assuming that we all are. Does anybody need to go anywhere else?
No, I'm just enjoying the last few moments of life on the ground.
It's gonna be so much fun, Zachariah. Hum is just pumped about the ride in the airship.
So you guys are crossing this bridge here, and I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Fun. Button. Who's got the button? Oh yeah, I use my intelligence. That's nice. And I still got it.
Yay, somebody got it.
Okay. Is that everybody?
Uh,
No, we're waiting on Hum.
Okay. So Zachriel, you're looking mournfully at the sky in this direction, and you see a column of, like not a column, but like a stream that is vertical of, where'd it go? A stream of green smoke outside of the city. You see that. And a few seconds later, everyone hears.
Does anyone see?
What's that?
You all know what this is. This is alert. You hear this bell coming from Citadel Hill. It reverberates over the city. You know that this alarm is ranked as a take care. And you know that it means that a small band or some other small threat of monstrous creatures is on the outskirts of the city. Likely to be dealt with easily. I'm going to make it a little quieter so you guys can hear yourself
Thaddeus, have you ever seen a pillar of green smoke?
You've seen it plenty of times. Everyone has.
It's also the alarm system for the general alarm. It's like, terrorist
it's like
alerts. Once it starts getting like orangey yellow, we're all in trouble.
Yes.
All right.
In fact, to exposition that, the next step up is caution, where there's either a slightly larger threat or a band of monstrous or murderous creatures gunning it for the city proper, with a number of like 20 or 50 of them on the outskirts. And when that happens, it's blue smoke. At night, it's blue. At night, it's a blue light, and for the previous one, it's green light if it's at night. Citizens are advised to go indoors. Militiamen, a certain amount that are assigned, start rushing out to meet the threat head on. There's also an agreement with way shields. You know about this, Zachriel, that if they're around during a caution alert and they pitch in to beat back the threat, that day they get 2 days of corporal pay. This little agreement that has been set up.
What a shame.
Looks like it's not immediately a threat, but we should go about the business quickly.
If I wasn't on vacation, I could get 2 days of corporal pay from this.
Well, no. This is the lowest one, and there's no thing for it.
You got to get the big one.
And just to exposition this further, as you guys cross the bridge, the final one is the big oh shit is one where the smoke or light, depending on the time of day, is red, and it only happens if there's like a force of over 200 creatures of any race or kind advancing on the city and attacking the farms. This is an all hands on deck situation where all of the militiamen, except for a key few that are left behind to lock down the entrances of the river on either side and direct people to the citadel, stay behind. The rest of the whole militia goes to beat back the threat. The bells are a lot more panicked, and way shields get even more pay if they contribute.
So we should proceed to simply...
I have this overwhelming feeling of foreshadowing.
Well, I mean, I gotta establish how things work, don't I? So...
I mean, yeah, the smoke should cast a little shadow, for sure.
When,
well, perhaps we can see what's attacking when we get up in the sky.
In the sky!
By the time you guys get up to here... Oh, and by the way, these squares here, they are under construction buildings. By the time you guys get to the top here near Simple Heat, the alarm stops. And you know that usually means that whatever small threat there was has been dealt with.
That's good.
Quick and easy.
Still curious what it was.
No, you might find out later. So, you are in front of the Simple Heat building.
We should go in and check for your friend Carahill.
Shouldn't be too hard. I move for the door. It's normal office building, so I assume I can just open it.
Yep.
Lobby.
Normal sort of lobby situation. Another receptionist. Lots of receptionists today. Lots of talking to people today. You find as you stride on into the front lobby. Receptionist looks at you. It's a male. Red Dragonborn, and he says, "Oh, what can I do for you?"
I am looking for my friend. We've been told that he's started working here. His name is Earthor.
He says, "Oh, Earthor, He's a bright man. Well, let me see if I can reach him for you. He's probably on lunch right now. You said you're his friend. What was your name?
My name's Kara Hill.
Cahill. Okay. And he gets out from behind the desk and he goes into a door that probably leads further into the building proper. A few minutes pass, and instead of him coming back, Cara Hill and everyone else, you see Earthor barge out of this door, and he says, "Cara Hill," and he just walks over to you quickly. He doesn't run, but he just strides over and he just gives you a big hug. He says, "How are you?"
I'm doing great, and Kara Hill quickly squeezes him back. I haven't seen you in forever.
He says, "I missed you too. What brings you here?"
Well, as you know, it's a huge thing that I'm here, but your last letter brought me here. I was really worried about you.
He gives a frown and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to worry you. I just got kind of excited when I wrote that letter."
What did you mean about the elemental planes? What were you talking about?
He says, "Well, I just very curious about them and I want to study them further." And
What did you mean about visiting them?
he kind of looks around and says, "Well, I mean, if I can, not die if I step into the plane of elemental fire, then I would." He says, "But
Sounds really dangerous."
yeah, but a lot of interesting things there. At least that's what the old tomes say." He says, "But I those plans are mostly on hold. I'm just sort of focusing on other things while I'm here. It's notes, so many notes." He says, "The owner here, Pavel, he sort of goes to Aldak's academy and he just looks around for potential engineers, and he saw me and he saw what I was doing and he just said, 'You want a job?' And I said, 'Sure.' And here I am."
Well, I think it's great that you found something to do with your studies.
He smiles. He says, "Thanks."
Do you enjoy what you do?
Yeah. I like working here. We're working on a new, smaller stove. You ought to be able to take it with you wherever you go. And everyone else who hears that, except for Cara Hill, because she hasn't encountered this technology much at all, you know that stoves from Simple Heat have a fire elemental bonded to them, but they're big. They're made of cast iron, and they're extremely heavy.
Yeah, they're kitchen staff kind of things.
Yeah.
Does my passive perception of 15 spot me candies in this lobby?
Candies into this lobby. You see cinnamon sticks.
I walk over and grab one.
Okay.
I'm probably coming here more often or walk by more often than most people. So it's just like, another Tuesday.
And as Cara Hill and Earthor were talking, the Red Dragonborn receptionist just takes his seat back behind his desk. Just for consistency.
I really quickly whisper to him, "So do they hire you for appearances? Because you seem really thematically placed here."
He just kind of gives you this. He cocks his eyebrows. Says, "No, well, I mean, I this is my weekend. I just do this to get some more cash. I usually work in the workshop."
Oh, all right. Sorry, my uncle runs sales, so I just haven't seen much of the other businesses too much.
Well, that's all right.
Sorry if I offended you.
He shrugs and says, "No, Red Dragonborn and Tieflings are sought after."
Why is that?
He says, "We don't burn as easily."
So they don't have to worry about safety precautions?
You're not the only one, my friend.
He looks at
Yes.
you. He says, "I'm not." He just kind of tilts his head. He says, "Do you want a job?"
No, unfortunately, I'm too good at killing.
He just kind of chuckles at that, and he notices like you have the way shield thing on, and he just he lets it go. What was your question, Miles, so that I remember?
Which one?
The one you asked before Zachriel said his thing.
It's just like, I hope I didn't offend you.
Oh,
by calling you.
he's totally chill because he has a good selling point, that fire resistance.
That's nice.
That is nice.
I'm going to help myself to one of these cinema sticks, and thank you for your business. And I just start walking a little bit into the group huddle again.
Hum reaches up and grabs one too. Thank you.
He just kind of gestures like they're there to be taken. Erthor says, he says, there's oh crap. I'm gonna mispronounce the name, and it's gonna. And if I mispronounce the name, I'm gonna be mad. Shoot. Your god, Carahill.
Oh, Kellenthor?
Kellenthor. He says there's a temple to Kellenthor in town. Did you know?
Really?
He says, yeah, it's in the temple district. And he just sort of, he kind of like quickly walks by you. He like steps outside and he just points that way.
Are the elders at the monastery made it seem that they were so secretive about it, everything.
He says, well, they're pretty recent, actually. From what they've told me, they sort of moved in and took one of the spots about 5 years ago. And I told them about our monastery in Conadir, but they didn't have any idea.
Wow. That really surprises me.
He says, surprised me too, but their teachings are the same.
And that really makes me happy since, the monastery won't take either of us back now.
He says, well, maybe if one day you decide to try, what's that? Zachriel leaves the building once the talk of gods comes up. Okay. So Zachriel leaves, and he says, well, maybe one day we can escort one of their priests to our monastery, and maybe they can talk,
Perhaps, yes.
He says, well,
I'm glad that they are here, though. I'm glad that you're still following.
he says, I go there twice every 10 day. It's not every day, but I still hold on to the faith.
Well, me and my new friends here,
Two of which have left.
yeah.
So Illyria smiles and waves, because that's probably what she'd do.
We have some business that we will be taking care of here in the city, it seems. I've been helping them for quite some time. I've discovered this cult that was underneath the city, just outside, even.
Your friend has been essential to our survival. She speaks softly about herself, but she's been a great asset to our group.
He kind of gets stars in his eyes and looks at you, Carahill, and he says, "Wow, that's great. I mean, it's not great that you had to fight, but it's great that you've done so much already."
She blushes a little bit and smiles and says, "Yeah, we're gonna help somebody else in town he says he has some sort of airship now.
He
And
just kind of like his eyes widen and he just kind of like looks behind him in the direction of winds and sails.
You know Dimitri?
He says, "Well, yes. The four bosses they have lunch every other 10 day, and I was walking by where they were, and I met Dimitri. Are you related to him?"
Yes, he's my uncle. I'm going to be running with this team a what would you call it? A maiden voyage of this new crazy contraption he's devised up.
Wow, that's amazing. He just kind of
And
gets
what would be?
really.
Go ahead.
He looks like he's getting like really excited. He's thinking about it. Like he starts muttering to himself about what it would take to make that happen with air elementals, and he's just entertaining himself.
I put like a kindly hand on his shoulder. Like, do you know what would be even make it more amazing? If we had a portable oven that we could take on it, that would be something.
He says, "I'm working on it. I'm working on it."
I know you are.
He says, "I think I'll have a working prototype in the next, maybe the next 10 day, hopefully."
I know, I'm sure me and my buddies here, we would love to help you out with it when we get back with helping them, of course. If your boss would like to help.
Well, I don't know. He just kind of slouches his shoulders. He says, "Probably not. It's a proprietary thing, you know." But thank you.
No problem. When we get back, I'll be sure to stop in and let you know how it went too.
He nods and he says, "Yeah, maybe." He says, "Have you been to one of the musical taverns?"
Oh, my friend she stays at one of them, and we were there.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. It's that phone call. We will finish this exchange and then we'll take a break.
Works for me.
So he says, well, because Han and Zachary are outside. So Arathor says, well, maybe if you and your friends are going to one of the taverns, you can let me tag along.
Sure, I'm sure it'll be a great time.
And he kind of checks himself and he says, well, I think I better get back to work. My lunch break is pretty much over.
Sure thing, Arthur. And Carol gives him one last big hug.
He hugs you back as you part. He says, it's good to see you again.
Great to see you too.
Then he goes back into the building proper. And you're all left in the lobby with Hum and Zachriel talking outside. And we'll break for now. Take 5, everybody.
All right.
Be back in a sec.
Right at 9 o'clock, we take 5.
Kitty's has a phone call to take that has to do with work, apparently. So she said it should be 20 minutes or less. So
Yeah.
I will be right back as well. Let me check. Yeah, it's still streaming. We'll just we'll do that. Put it on the start page.
I'm going to go kick my cat's ass.
Not too meanly.
This entire time, she has been wanting to attack the mouse on my TV/computer screen. Where are you?
I'm gonna make a BRB sign to put on that page. It's perfect. Jesus.
I'm back.
Hey, Justin. Still waiting on everyone else.
Pow! Back.
Yeah.
I've been here the entire time.
Okay.
Scandalous.
Kitty's is still on a call with important gerb stuffs. So we'll give her another 5 minutes.
Okay. Then I'll mute and eat my curry.
Eat your curry.
They look trousers.
What?
Yep.
What the? Wow. That's really
Yeah.
dumb. Sorry
He
if I
doesn't believe.
let the cat out of the bag.
No, it's fine. I just don't want to talk about it because I feel like I'm gonna get too heated.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll save it. We'll save it for the end.
Yeah, when you turn off the stream,
Yeah, sounds good. That's so crazy.
yeah, it's just zero faith and trust in his employees.
Wow.
Quite aggravating.
I don't think I've ever heard of that before at a workplace.
It's actually against the law in America.
It is against the law in America. That's why I've never heard of it in a workplace.
Yep. And I mean, we can decline it, but like, if you decline it, that's kind of like
Yeah, it's one of those.
admitting guilt.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. I'm just gonna say what it's about while we wait for kitties.
Good, because
Okay.
I was very confused.
So my boss wants to subject us to a polygraph test. And the reason for this is because somehow a key that is only available in our office ended up in a door that it doesn't belong in. We all know where this key goes and what doors it unlocks. But rather than trust us when we say we don't know how the hell it happened, he has decided that he wants to polygraph us because he thinks we're lying. Yeah. There's at least 5 other people that have access to the security office for God knows what reason. And one of them hates every one of us and has been trying to get us all fired. So, I think logically,
Just put the pieces
kind of
together.
point towards that guy. But the issue is my boss and this guy are like,
Oh, they're close.
yeah, too close.
Ugh. Are polygraph tests admissible as evidence in Canada? Because they're not in the States.
I don't think so. I've been trying to see, because I know there's an act in federal law, but I don't know if there is one in provincial law.
I mean, does federal trump provincial?
I believe so, but the only federal law I can find is for America.
No. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he really wants us to do this and he wants to have the money put forward to have this done, I'm gonna be like, sure, I'll do it, but I'm lodging a formal complaint straight up the food chain to the president of the company against you.
Man.
I mean, you gonna polygraph everybody or just?
Well, it would be 20 people that he has to polygraph, so I don't think so.
So is the person that you think it is gonna get polygraphed?
Probably not, because he is the... Okay, so I work for a security company, and security companies in Canada do contracts. So we have a contract on this building, so we all work for the security company, but my boss is more for the actual building. So the building is run by another company.
Uh-huh.
And the guy that we all think it is the maintenance guy for that company.
I see.
Yeah, it's too hard to like explain.
It's more the people for your company that are going to get polygraphed, not the people for his company.
Yeah. When some of the people that are working under this guy are like actual convicted felons and have criminal records. Like, there's a guy that works in the building who is up for a double murder charge.
And he works in the building?
Yes.
Huh.
See,
Alright.
that's just ridiculous to throw a polygraph in there and not polygraph absolutely everybody it could be.
Yeah.
Gotta love power tripping management. Good times.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't make sense because they gave us trackers so they can see where we are in the building, so they should know by process of elimination that we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Those audit trails.
You know, it's also pretty funny that the head of security is legally blind.
Huh.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
My boyfriend said it sounds like a TV show.
It
Oh,
does.
It's like the worst sitcom ever. And this stuff always happens on my days off, so I'm not even there to like defend myself.
That sounds like a warped Canadian version of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Except for it's real life,
It's real life.
and nobody's singing Backstreet Boys.
That's the worst part. I'm sorry if I'm so tickled.
No, it's fine.
Fucking
I mean-
polygraph test.
You gotta laugh at something or else you'll be crying.
I've been laughing at it all day.
Yeah.
Just,
Laughing and also angry.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. Polygraph. They're not admissible in your United States court because they don't work right. They fuck up a lot.
However, if, and this is a strong if it does happen, I'm gonna personally pay for my fucking supervisor to be polygraphed, and then I'm gonna, have the police there standing by when I start asking him the questions about how he's been breaking the law and changing labor standards for us, and basically we've been doing things that we're not supposed to do legally. So that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Jeez.
I'm a very nice person, but I like vengeance.
From what I've heard, I don't think he can take what he dishes out.
No, he likes to be in a position of power, and he thinks he has power over other people. And the only people that he actually deals with in the workplace, like, I've taken down guys that are like my size, but he will only move towards women. So like he's got that power complex.
Wait, so like, are you talking about shoplifters or stuff?
Oh yeah.
He'll only go for.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great job. I love it.
Goodness.
Can't wait for that Veteran Affairs money.
Yeah, me too. For your sake.
It's funny because, like he's legally blind, so he couldn't do military. So he did cadets, but he thinks it's the same thing.
All I'm saying is, I hope you get back pay.
Oh, I will. I will be getting back pay.
Nice.
Already confirmed.
Complete.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a matter. Well, what is it now then?
Well, I was supposed to have a meeting the 2nd of this month, but their policies changed, so it's been pushed back.
Ah.
So, and everything's changing by April of next year, so I'm kind of hoping that it gets sorted before then. Then I'll get my disability award plus all the back pay, and then in April of next year it switches to for life pension, where you get between $500 and $1,000 depending on how bad your injury or status is. So you get that every that's constant for the rest of your life.
Yeah. It's the same here too. Marcel has that.
Yeah.
He has 2 ankles that belong to other people in his ankles.
Yeah, I have. I'm thoroughly convinced that my knee's to the point now where the bone is starting to erode.
Oh my
Because I was
God.
sat down in the office the other day and I was just moving my foot left and right. My knee was going.
Yep. No more, whatchamacall, left. Whatever that's called, between the...
Cartilage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more of that left.
Nope.
It's all...
Oh my god. That is driving me nuts.
It's all crystals now.
Yeah. My kidneys are probably going to be gone because, I take 1,600 milligrams of ibuprofen a day.
Oh boy.
Or my liver, whichever goes first.
Probably kidneys.
Yeah, they can roll them now.
I'm gonna ask kitties for an ETA. Oh, she's idle. Oh, okay. So she's not even at her computer.
It would be 20 minutes about now.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I'll ask her for an ETA, and if she doesn't get back to me, if she doesn't say anything in like 5 minutes, then we'll keep going. Because we have things to do. Places to go. Oh, cool. Oh, alright. So, are you done with Simple Heat now? Since Earthroar went back to work?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and bring you guys back.
Just like with ending my essays in school, I'm bad at ending scenes, I guess.
You can just say, well, I mean, I ended it. He walked out.
Yeah.
He walked off
I was
stage.
very thankful.
So let me refresh the stream, kind of. Okay. Okay. So everyone walks out of Simple Heat. You see Hum nibbling on a cinnamon stick. Did Zachariel take that cinnamon stick?
Yeah, he would have, and he probably. I didn't want to interrupt too much, but he was leaning against a building, kind of watching Hum and Dante play, but kept looking over towards the smoke to see if there was any change.
It's sort of just fading into the sky. The bell hasn't been going on for a while. Things seem to be quiet. There's still, people, employees here are just walking about, doing their thing. They don't seem to be any worse for wear.
I would have a small moment with her if she was here, but she's not, so
Oh, well, maybe
we'll hold that. It'll come up again, I'm sure.
Okay.
Carahel looks at Zachariel with concern.
Oh, hello.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
No worries. We just started. You guys had just left Simple Heat. Like you're about to start walking somewhere. I don't know exactly where yet, but you'll tell me.
The most important thing is Zachariel took his sandwich and gave him.
Who turns down free candy?
True villains, that is all.
So Kitty's is here if you want to, Justin.
Well, this would be before they came out of the...
Oh, okay, then sure, we'll do that before they come out. Right before they come out. Go ahead and play out a scene.
See, Hum, you, no faith in the gods either?
They've never done anything good for me.
Yes.
Sometimes
Religion...
the only people you can count on is yourself.
That's right. Or the blade that you carry.
Or the company you keep.
Yes. I've never enjoyed religion. Too many rules. Too many orders. Don't like blindly following things. That's why I'm a mercenary. And not a militia member.
I just, after losing my parents, I just didn't see how it would help me to fawn over a religion that would let a child go to the streets.
Yes, they have all the power that anyone could ever want, but never do anything with it.
I agree. But, we got each other, and that's pretty significant.
I pick her up and hug her.
And she squeezes him back with her little arms.
Right as that happens, the three of you come out. Right as that happens, the other three come out of Simple Heat. You are great.
I look at the cinnamon stick I haven't eaten yet, and I'm Wow, impressive.
I look at them with concern and I ask, "Are you two okay?"
We're gonna be fine.
Yes.
You left rather abruptly. Are you sure?
Oh, I just wanted to play with the dog.
Oh, okay. And Carahill's face brightens up again.
I go and hug her. You look like you need it.
Thank you. I hug back.
Well,
You want to hug, Tadias?
I guess you don't turn it down.
I don't even wait for an answer and run into.
All right, my leg is well hugged. Thank you. And I kind of pat her on the head.
Let's get this airship going.
If I remember correctly, we were doing that in. So,
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
if I remember correctly, we were doing that in the morning. I told my uncle we'd show up first thing. So we do have a night for your fiddly play, so to just relax. If Zachary wants to, we can go and Smoke was about. We have a little bit of time.
Well, it seems like the smoke is dying off. Probably missed that chance.
But we probably could go find out what happened.
True.
Come on, Zachariah. We need to keep our brains busy. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
So right now I'll say that it's around 2 p.m. ish. So are you guys planning on leaving the city and going toward where you saw the signal? Or is that what you guys are doing? Or
Well, Hum is completely curious, so she's kind of pulling that way.
I'm trying to stay close to them. I'm like cat wrangling for tonight so that they'll be with me tomorrow.
what do you want to do, Carahel?
Well, I am very curious as well.
Okay, so I'm assuming everyone goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make your way out of the city westward, and by the way, I really need to make sure I mention this. All around Forthstride, on the outside of the town, sort of interspersed by the farmland, are these massive rock spires. They look like, or they don't look like, they are limestone, mostly. Sometimes they cast shadows, or not sometimes, they cast shadows over some of the farmland, but not enough to like harm yield or anything. But all around Forthstride are these big spires of rock. So you guys leave town and you walk a ways up, and you see as you start leaving town, you see another column of smoke, but this one's gray. And as you sort of approach this column, you see militiamen in a field that doesn't have any farm, in a field that's being fallowed right now, so no plants. You see what's definitely a pyre. You make out bodies of some sort of creatures just being burned. The militiamen are just sort of stoking the flame.
Can I try to identify what the bodies look like?
You can roll nature.
I can do that. Button. Nature's +3. Wow.
Well, the charred fur and flesh seem to be too burnt for you to be able to recognize what they are.
It's extra well done, yes.
Well, they're nothing if efficient.
Let's ask them. Hum runs up and she says, "Is everything okay, guys?"
So they look like a squad of corporals, and they look down at Hum. They're all human except for one who is a Goliath who towers above the rest of them. He's got a sort of a pitchfork in his hands, and he's just shoveling like straw to keep the fire going. And one of the humans turns to you, and he says, "You asked if everything's okay." He says, "Yeah, everything's fine. We took care of the gnolls easily."
Gnolls, huh?
He says, "Yeah, they're pretty common around here. They like to steal from our crops, and sometimes, they go after farmers. They're a murderous bunch."
Well, we're sure glad we have you guys around.
Dante, relax.
He's sort of growling at the fire. He smells this, and he's just kind of like, "Argh." And when Hum pays that compliment, they all sort of give a grateful smile, and they say, "All in it is work."
Well, nothing exciting happened out here.
So you guys hike back to town?
Appears so.
Okay. So
Zachriel, do you think it's gnolls that took your family?
I don't think so. I don't think gnolls are very good swimmers. I also don't think they can bend a river's current against itself. But you could be right, I suppose.
I hope not.
Jedias, do you know of any magical gnolls around here?
he does.
Do I know any magic?
You
Yeah,
do.
not that I've ever heard of. They're stupid and hungry mostly.
Yes. Strange.
I believe if the gnolls are so common, and if they had the power to do that, then they would have done it more often, and the area would have known about it more. It would have heard of more families being taken with.
I think you're right, Carahel. They probably would have recognized them as gnolls if that was who it was.
So
I pat Zachriel's hand and I say, "We're going to find out. No worries. You and me at least."
Yes.
So by the time you get back to town, the sun's starting to set. It's like 6 p.m. Let me take you back to the Forthstride map. What do you guys plan? Do you guys just plan to chill out at a musical tavern for your evening?
I think a little music would help this situation immensely.
Okay.
So Hum pulled out her lute and she's just playing it as we're walking along.
Roll a performance check, just for funsies.
Nibby.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking.
You mispluck once or twice, but you managed to keep a decent tune.
Oh, if it's for funsies, I'm gonna try and just bang on my shield to try and give her some rhythm.
Okay, sure.
This is gonna be awful.
Hum likes it and she starts skipping along.
You drum a discordant rhythm, and people are just kind of giving like looks of like, okay, if that's what they want to do, and they just go back to their.
Sneakily grab like a wad of grass by and fold it and put it in both my ears.
Yeah. So you guys got to create your own fun for this because it's going to be a quiet night. So you got to tell me what you do.
It's only quiet if we decide to.
Exactly.
Where are we going to drink tonight, Jedias?
Is that the agenda? We're not informed.
Well, they don't expect me at Twiddles and Fiddles, so anywhere you want to go. Zachriel?
You guys
Carahel?
pass musical taverns, and the Stone Giant stage, Twiddles and Fiddles, her place, the Dancing Oak, the Tinkering Sparrow. You pass by a place. You pass by what everyone except Carahel knows is a comedy club called the Laughing Plate Mail. You pass.
When I walk
Sorry,
by the Stone Giant stage, I whisper over to Zachriel, One day you'll see me up there.
Why don't you go up there right now?
Oh, I need lots more practice before that.
I think you're pretty good.
You're so nice. And I begin playing a tune about Zachriel, the mercenary, and how wonderful and powerful he is.
That sounds like a performance check. It's a little better.
It's a rough song. I'm still working on it.
Improvising and all that. Tell me what you're doing.
Well, I don't have any immediate preference on which barbecue. I know a place where some fool might buy you free drinks.
What about that tavern you went into last night, Didias?
No, someone following me.
Well, I wasn't following you. I had someone watching you. Make sure you didn't fall down and hit your head.
I mean, I've done that already. You can. Well, I have a couple of family members that run a little tavern. The name is quite incriminating.
Oh?
Follow me, I'll show you.
I'm as curious, so she just follows.
As you follow
So-
him, Zachriel, he leads you to Poor Decisions.
This is the perfect place for us. Poor decisions.
I thought it was funny and fun. The POUR is hilarious. I like wordplay. So I hop up the one step that they have, and just push in the door. Is there anyone performing right now, or is it just kind of quiet?
Oh, there's somebody performing right now. Let me see if I can get some good music or more atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
Sexy jazz.
Sexy jazz. No sexy jazz yet. It's coming, but not for this place. There's definitely somebody. There's somebody playing I don't know, a mandolin, just strumming, kind of rocking out. People are dancing. Drinks are tinking together, and people are having generally having a good time.
Hum runs in and starts dancing on the dance floor. Come on, guys!
I take a quick look around. Do I spot an old lady at the bar?
Say that again. You cut out.
I take a look around. Do I spot an old lady by the bar anywhere?
You do.
I'm sorry, heading over that way.
Okay. You're referring to your Didias' mother, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seeing Tadias take a beeline for someone, Hum stops and looks and then runs behind him. She don't want to miss nothing.
I see Hum just rushing into the dancing for 5 seconds, and chasing after me. I'm like, you didn't want to, go dance some more? Go dance.
Oh no, I think you should introduce us to your friend you're headed towards.
It's a little more important than a friend. As I get over to the bar, on the bar kind of loud, and it's like, Mother, I have friends to introduce you.
Oh! She turns around. She says, I don't remember what voice I gave her. She says, oh, welcome back.
So, I need a round of drinks. Ridiculous people came to administer the title of this establishment's name into their lives.
I actually walk between them and I say, "Hi, I'm Hum. I'm friends with Tadias. It's so nice to meet you."
She says, oh, it's nice to meet you too. And she shakes your hand. She leans down, shakes your hand.
Zachriel is still outside. Hasn't stepped on the step yet.
You notice the absence of Zachriel.
And our friend, where's Zachariel? I'm gonna go get him. You have to meet him. He is so nice.
Where's Piotr? Where's father? Is he somewhere around here?
She says, he's in the back. He's just working. He's doing some prep.
Prep for what?
She says, food prep.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I have gotten into another fine degree, Dimitri, your brother, and I'm going to be heading out tomorrow morning.
She says, well, I'll make you a big dinner and a big breakfast.
No, maybe not big breakfast, but you can go big dinner. But my friends and I will be heading out, and I just want to make sure I checked in beforehand. I'm never in town, so it's good to see you.
She gives you a hug, and she says, it's always good to see you, son.
So, any miscreants around here? Any causing you any trouble?
She sort of shakes her head. No, sorry, your dad's name's Peter? Peter?
Yeah, it's Piotr, but it's pretty much
Piotr. Okay. She says, Piotr threw out a drunk the other night, but she shrugs. Nothing unusual.
Yeah. Well, line me up some hard stuff for me, my friends. Thanks again. And I don't have a tab going, do I? Am I clean right now? I don't remember much of last night.
She says, she kind of just chuckles and she says, no tab for last night, but you have friends, so maybe for tonight.
Right.
And we cut to Hum strumming out of the building toward Zachariel.
Yeah, he's just like standing right in front of the step.
Are you okay, Zachariel?
Haven't been here in a long time. Too many poor decisions.
Well, tonight let's go in and have some drinks and some food and some fun. And tomorrow we'll start out on our journey. It's always better to go on a full stomach.
Yes.
Hum grabs his hand and says, come on, I need a dance partner. She keeps pulling his arm.
He just kind of sighs like, and steps in.
You coming, Carehill?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Come on, food, eat, drink, be merry for one night.
Oh, I suppose. She says with a huge smile.
Hum grabs her hand with her other arm. So she's got one person on each hand and she's pulling towards the door.
I'll also say, for the sake of this, Illyria said that she's going to spend the night at her brother's house, and she'll join you in the morning.
Makes sense.
So, you guys enter, for a little bit of brevity. Tadias' parents serve first round for free, and they big dinner for everyone on the house. Some mutton and some kind of like hash side, and just good food.
And Hum looks at Zachariel and she says, tell us about one of your mercenary jobs. I always think they're so fascinating.
Well, they're usually more bloody than fascinating.
Blood happens. Come on!
A lot of the mercenary jobs around here are the things that are too far away for the militia to do. They risk the safety of the town. So I deal with a lot of gamblers, specters, creatures that most would find terrifying, to say the least.
Like what?
Oh, have you ever seen, Mike?
Yeah.
Have you ever dealt with a band of orcs?
Orcs are scary. For somebody as tiny as me, orcs are humongous.
Yes, and then smaller green things, goblins. Nasty little buggers. Sharp teeth and all.
Nothing a good crossbow to the head won't do.
I never really liked using crossbows.
Oh yeah? What kind of weapons do you like?
I prefer blades, up close and personal. And the shield. I never leave without my shield.
Your shield is fascinating. Can you tell us about the decorations on it? She's just trying to keep Zachariel's mind somewhere else tonight, trying to lighten his load a little.
Well, it's just a standard shield, really. Some of the crests, it's my family crest. Not really known in this land, but I kind of adapted it and made it my own after I left. This one time, I was, I don't know if you've ever been to Ouroboros.
I've been through there a time or two.
I've guarded some shipments from there to here.
Is there a lot of danger on that road?
Well, there's a lot of orcs from Condé.
Oh.
Orcs that like to pretend they're bandits, and they leave the Conadir forest and they attack people on the road.
That sounds so dangerous. You must be so brave.
Yes, or foolish. I haven't really figured that out.
Just laughs.
But it's good money. Provides.
You seem like you're a good provider.
I try my best. So, anyone else afraid of heights?
I don't really know. I haven't been up high enough to be able to tell.
Yeah, me either. Terrified, actually. But, you know, new experiences.
And that's the best part. All
Maybe
new
we'll even see a
experiences.
dragon.
A dragon.
I assume so.
At this
Where
point,
they live, right, is in the sky.
where they are, and I'm like, friend, don't be talking about dragons. It's maiden voice. I'd rather not.
You know about dragons, Tadias?
No, I know they're deadly, and I know I don't want to run into one here.
I've heard legends, stories passed down from some of the more crazy folk around this town. There's some dragons out there that stop adventurers and ask them jokes.
Really?
Yes, you would be. I would assume you would be quite good at that.
Oh, you're too sweet.
Does anyone have any jokes?
Hmm.
I mean, I had one my father taught me. I'm the best at the delivery, but I can tell you.
Okay.
So, there's 3 people. They come to bar, right? They come and they all order grog. First one human, second one elf. So the elf comes, gets his bar, and the fly just they kind of like pantomimes with the glass he has, and says, "Let's right into it," and it splashed some of the beer onto the table, right into the grog. And elf says, "No, I don't want this. I don't want this." He pushes it away. Human, you know, he gets one in his, and he says, "Yeah, you gotta shake his shoulders, grabs fly, picks it up, and drinks it." Dwarf though, fly went into dwarf's drink. Dwarf pulls the fly out, throws it against the bar, and says, spit it out, it is for me." My father's much better than me at telling these. I don't know.
You did a great job, Tadias. That was funny.
I'm probably in the latter category. And then I realize I spilled some of my drink. Not happy.
So the night goes on like this. Your small talk, just drinking, and I assume there's sun dancing.
Grabs Zachariel's hand and drags him out to the dance floor and starts dancing around him as he stands there uncomfortably.
Does an 8 charisma give me some like Commander Shepard level dancing?
BioWare animation dancing.
Andromeda, though. You have 8, so.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Oh god. Are you dancing?
I mean,
everyone who's dancing, give me a friggin' perception. Or Jesus, performance
yeah,
check.
Performance.
Perception.
All attempts. Is Carol dancing?
Yeah, she's dancing too.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
She's doing exactly what I want her to.
Only a -1. Yeah, not doing too bad.
You kind
Carol's
of.
dancing enough, swaying her hips enough that she's not watching what her tail's doing.
Do I get disadvantage for wearing heavy armor?
It's if you want. If you want. Okay, makes sense. I mean, you're proficient in it, so I would assume that like performing in it wouldn't grant you disadvantage. But 4 is
Well,
4.
the first roll is 4 anyway.
Yeah. So. All right. Man, you're rolling low on your skills. I'm sorry. Well,
I know. I'm rolling very low, seeing I have a +5.
yeah. Oh well. But I mean, it's, you don't have an audience. Everyone else is dancing too. Some people are also dancing, poorly, quote unquote. You're just joining the crowd. Looks like
She's having fun.
she's having fun. That's all that matters. So, yeah, dancing, drinking. The night goes on like that. And I assume you're purchasing on. I'll just say that for the sake of this, deduct like 5 gold from the party fund to cover drinks.
Okie dokie, I'm on it.
And the night passes without incident unless you want to do any more scenes.
I have a small thing, because Zachariel returns to his house at the end of the night.
Okay.
So he's gonna return to his house, and he gathers up all of like the personal belongings to him, and he walks to the middle of the house in the living room area, and he pulls back a rug and opens a trap door and lays the things down in it, closes it, locks it, puts the rug back. He then walks into both his and his wife's room, opens up the wardrobe, finds one of her dresses, cuts off a piece of the cloth, goes into his daughter's room, does the same thing, and then ties it around his right gauntlet. And then goes back out on the hammock with Dante and falls asleep.
Dante is like laying on your lap in the hammock.
Yeah, he picks him up. I mean, I assume that Dante just whimpers or something, and he just picks him up.
Yeah, he licks your hand, and yeah, he's happy to share warmth with you. And Jesus, take inspiration for that, God. Jeez, you tearing at my heart, sir. So, there are sirens outside my house. So, yeah, night passes without incident. And you wake up the next morning to the sun streaming into the lodgings. Actually, yeah, that's right. So, you all take a bedroll and you sleep in the floor because this tavern has no rooms. Right, Taddeus?
It does not have rooms. Tables are kind of like picked up and put on the side. You even notice that all the glasses on the floor, so if they get knocked over, they don't break.
Hum stumbles back to her bed.
Yeah, I thought as much.
At Twiddles and Fiddles?
Yes.
Okay. So Gisel's just like, what are you... Okay.
Would you like to come, Carahel?
Yeah, Carol follows her.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Mrs. Tadias's mom.
What's Tadias' last name?
Advena.
Oh, cool. Somebody didn't have a last name. Who didn't have a last name?
It might be Illyria.
No. Oh yeah, Lyria doesn't have a last name. It makes sense for Carahill not to have a last name because currently no memories of
Yeah.
before. So I'll have to ask her later.
It was Zia and Pyotr Adenov.
Adenoff. So she waves you goodnight as you leave. And yeah. Night passes without incident, morning comes. That was a short time to have Dusk at the market. So it's morning.
I'm gonna try to get out of the bar early to avoid any like forced breakfasts and start heading northward.
Roll stealth, sir.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because I have my scale nails. Where are you? There's the disadvantage button. Alright. Stealthiness.
Okay. So you actually managed to get out without your mother noticing.
Alright, and I start sneaking northwards.
But you sort of feel like a weird, like you have something in your pocket that you didn't have before. And you pull out a small wrapped up sausage wrapped in toast.
She always gets me. I nibble the sausage as I head northward.
Okay. So you all manage to meet up in time. We're not going to go through all that, but you all manage to meet up and you all make your way to Winds and Sails.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say that I jog back, like, so I gotta meet them, not miss this.
And Dante's having a great time running with you.
Before she left, Twiddles and Fiddles grabbed an extra little same sausage sandwich for Zachariel so that he would eat breakfast.
Nice. So you all are in front of Winds and Sails.
Sounds like it.
I brought you breakfast, Zachariel. I want to see you eat it.
Oh, thank you. What is that?
It's a sausage on toast. It's great for you.
Okay. He takes a bite of it.
Tastes fine. Sausage on toast. Nothing spectacular. Nothing bad.
All right, he finishes it.
I take
Well-
what's remaining of mine and I chuck it to Dante.
Yeah, there we go.
He eats it. He's and he just kind of wants more.
I feel like we should have called him Vortex. His stomach is like a bottomless pit.
Is he already eating you out of house and home?
This is spoiled beast. Come on, let's get this.
Who's the good boy?
He reacts like a dog would to hearing that. He jumps on his paws, you know.
Scratches his head.
And you're gonna make me roleplay a freaking dog so often.
All day. So,
You kill this dog. It's gonna break my heart.
All right. So what do you do? You're in front of the shop.
head into Wind and Sails and look around, see if
All right. So you go inside. Dimitri meets up with you easily. He says, "So are you ready?" He says, "Oh, so are you ready?" Yeah, that's his voice. "So are you ready?"
Yes, we're ready, Uncle.
He says, "Well, let me show you where you're going."
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the Turomoroska, but where exactly is this person?
So he points to a map on the wall, and he points to Forthstride, and then he drags his finger across the map, and he says, "Thurl, his Feathergale spire is here." And he,
What's the kind of distance the map tells me that is?
in a beeline from Forthstride, it's 61 miles away.
Okay. And what was the name again? There was something Spire?
He says Feathergale Spire.
Feathergale, okay.
And he says, that's the little divot you see. That little divot you see in the Mestrig Mountains. It's called the Sighing Valley. He says, during the day, the winds blow through it, and it blows through the spires. It's not a valley, it's more of a canyon, and the wind blows through the spires, and it creates this whistling sound.
I see. And you said this is where they train the giant vultures.
He nods. He says, it's quite spectacular to see them.
Interesting. All right. How long do you think it will take this machine to reach this destination?
He says, the ship, it should go at the same clip as a horse. And if you go in a beeline, my voice is all fucked up. He says, if you go in a beeline over the Nerthol Woods, you don't even have to follow the river, he says.
Now, this vehicle, do we have to land it daily, or can it continue through the night?
He says, you can fly it through the night, but I would recommend having somebody always on the controls.
Yes. All right. Perhaps you should give us all a demonstration, just so we all can be capable of flying the vessel.
Okay, so he sets about doing that. Were you going to say something, Zachariel?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, he's very excited as he keeps talking about how, with this, we wouldn't really need road. If this catches on, you don't need to follow roads anymore. He starts complaining about how the Rollforth Road and just following the river against its stream seems a little inconvenient. He would rather take to the skies.
I just kind of nod my head, agreeing with him quietly. I'm used to getting ranted at by him by Elvis.
And he pretty much instructs everyone on how to operate this thing. It's actually pretty easy. It's like driving a cart. Driving a horse-drawn cart.
Does this mean I'm proficient?
Yep.
Because I have vehicle land.
And this special thing gives you slight proficiency in vehicle sky. So there you go.
Ooh, neat.
Sky Captain in the world of tomorrow.
Would you like us to refer to you as this?
Say again?
Oh, I was like poking fun. I'm calling him Sky Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
I haven't earned that rank yet, sorry.
Well, as far as I understand, if you are the one commanding this vessel, then you will be captain. We'll all be captains for a little bit.
Very well, but
Captain
first we need to christen it.
Yeah, time travel.
Dimitri.
Hum reaches into her backpack and pulls out the bottle of champagne.
Dimitri says, well, that's a wonderful idea.
Well, get it positioned, Uncle. We will get our things and we will be ready to head off immediately.
He says, oh, excellent. I'll get the hangar open.
Wait, is he not coming with us?
No, we are the ones delivering this.
You're telling me the man that designed this thing is not going to be on board when something inevitably goes wrong?
He says, he just kind of looks a little offended, and he looks back at you, and he says, I have a lot of things to do here.
I mean no offense. I am just terrified.
He says, you'll be fine, Even if it goes down, you won't... Even if it goes down, the parachute will slow your descent, and you'll be fine.
We'll only break our legs. We won't die.
Oh, good. I didn't need my legs anyway.
Yeah, who needs
he
those?
says, you won't break your legs.
Uncle, we tease. Don't worry.
If you say so.
Hum gives a
And he
big,
gets-
magnificent smile at him.
Then he catches the smile, and he smiles back. And he returns to his positive demeanor.
You know, if we don't go in with this positively, then things will inevitably fail. So we have to go in with a huge smile and optimism.
Absolutely.
You raise a very good point. I am sorry for my rudeness.
He says,
He's all right.
he says, oh, it's all right.
Dimitri, here's a bottle of champagne. Let's christen this sucker.
Okay, so Mike the DM doesn't actually know how that works. So
You just throw it at it.
okay,
Throw
so
it at the hole.
So he takes it and he just chucks it at the hole and it shatters. And the champagne kind of drips off, and he after that he says hooray, and then he just turns around, he grabs a mop, or not a mop, he grabs a broom and a dustpan and he starts sweeping up the glass.
Oh wait, what?
Did you name it?
What is it? Yes.
He says, oh, I didn't think to name it, except he kind of like he blushes visibly, and he says, I haven't come up with a proper name for it.
All right,
Let's
we'll
call it
workshop it.
Dimitri's Fantastic Flyer.
He says, oh, he says, well, I was calling it my baby, but that works better.
Kendra lets out a small giggle and quickly hides her face.
Dimitri's fantastic flying baby.
He
Got a
says,
nice ring to it.
he just kind of blinks and he's just like, I can't believe I said that. And like, you can, like, it's written in his face. And that sounds good too.
You could also call it DTF, Desire to Fly.
Jesus.
Oh. For some reason, that is resonating with me quite well. What do you think, Dimitri?
He says, he says, rolls off the tongue.
DTF, I know, I like it, right?
Jesus. He's 100% on board.
I mean, we're all here, we all have. Dimitri, which one sounds best to you?
He shrugs, he says, DTF or Dimitri's baby or the Fantastic Flyer. He shrugs.
All aboard the DTF.
DTF!
Alright, to the DTF. And I take a little tiny lick of the horrible champagne.
I'm sorry,
on the
what?
ground. I take a horrible lick of the champagne on the ground, because why not?
Ew. He already, like, brushed it with the,
The broom.
the broom.
That's the point.
Ew, okay. Tastes like bad champagne and dust.
I knew it was going to be awful, but it was
Sawdust.
all aboard the DTF train.
Oh
I
my
guess
god.
Tom can't control herself. She's laughing so hard.
Dimitri says, why did you do that? And
I had a sinking suspicion that it was shit quality. I wanted to assure myself. The sawdust was also just a little bit extra.
he just kind of gives you this look. He's never seen you do that before, I don't think. Have you ever done anything that strange around him?
We've broken bottles on trips, and I have done horrible things in those kind of situations, so I don't. I'm
Okay,
not
so
scared
then
of
he's
dirt.
okay. Then he just looks at you. He shakes his head and he says, "I don't know what I expected." And
That makes Tom laugh harder.
A little dirt never hurt nobody. And besides, we're beyond dirt. We're DTF. We fly in the sky.
To the skies.
cool. So you guys are gonna plan on just beelining it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You're not gonna follow the river.
I think we're just gonna try to beeline it.
Okay.
Use, some checks.
Alrighty. So he has the hangar open. The sunlight streams in, and it's on like this sort of this stand with wheels, and he starts wheeling it out. And as soon as you all get outside, he says, "Well, anytime you're ready."
I very quietly and without much pomp or circumstance just walk onto the ship.
Oh, I assumed you all are on the ship.
No, we're good.
Oh.
All right.
He was talking about
And we
taking
will
off.
All right. I will get to the controls and I will follow his instructions.
All right, so you pull the reins. They're pretty much reins in a certain way. Fuck it, I don't care if this is... Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Play this. Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can have it.
Probably. Yep, there it is.
What, Skyrim bumping you?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the
Priorities.
kind I was looking for. So it raises into the sky, as high as you choose, up to
I'll
like
take-
probably 100 feet.
I'll take a nice, comfortable, 30-foot fly for a little bit. Once we get out of the city, I guess we have to be a little bit higher. But as soon as I get to, actual grasslands, I want to bring it down so Zachriel's not too terrified.
Hum comes over and says, "Are you doing okay, Zachriel?"
Yeah, this is fine.
Yes, we'd only break one leg. I was thinking two, but probably only one fall.
I'm surprised you don't want to see what this baby can do.
If you're feeling courageous, we can try.
There's always alcohol.
Yes, I suppose so. I don't know if he left any for us, though. Can we check the confines of the ship to see if there's anything in there?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can we check the confines of the ship to see if there's any alcohol spare things they left in there for us?
Oh my god. Sure, make an investigation check.
Well, I was on the reign, so I was going to allow other people.
Oh, whoever's looking, make an investigation check.
Hum's gonna do it. Or what? Zachriel got it.
Come with me, Hum.
So
Yay!
you look into the small hold that the ship has. It is about. Let me get this thing. Yeah, it's about 60 feet long, and about 20 feet wide. And you find the small hold to this thing, and you find nestled in a little nook a bottle of whiskey.
That'll
hot
do.
stuff.
That'll work. Hum breaks out her little makeshift glass she has in her pack.
And you took Dante with you, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is in the middle of the deck with his tail between his legs, and he's terrified.
My coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Can't leave him behind.
Maybe we should give Dante a shot too.
Oh my god.
No. I'll go back up on the deck and just kind of wave the bottle at Tadias, and then go over and pick up Dante.
Dimitri does always think of everything.
So Dante is more than happy to be held and not in a more secure way.
But yeah, I will just analyze where we're going, try to set our course, and we will prepare to do whatever.
There's no rolls necessary. It's just kind of point and move.
Neat. Then.
So, as you travel across, are you gonna clip over the woods, or are you gonna go around them a little bit?
I didn't see. Oh, the Nerthal Woods.
Yeah.
I will just slightly lift to the left to avoid going over the tree line.
Okay. So when you get to, so night falls actually by the time you're around here. So I assume you're gonna set up a watch and everything.
So we got like 12 miles in a day.
You know what? I need to put something to mark where the party is. What kind of symbol do you guys want?
An airship.
Of course.
Yes.
Any awful sex acronym will work also as well.
Jeez. Hold on. That's too big.
Moo.
Alright.
Yeah,
So-
that's like an air city.
So you guys are like here. And the ship's still going, but it's getting dark.
Did anyone want to drive us tonight, or did we want to sit down?
Yeah, it's fine by me, but either way, we should probably have a watch. There's plenty of creatures around here.
Fair enough.
Are you guys landing, or what are you doing?
We could, yeah, I guess we could land. Maybe do the elementals need breaks?
I mean, Dimitri told you that it's tireless.
Yeah, it's
it's
just
up-
whether or not
It's up to
someone
you.
wants to drive it.
Oh,
Illyria will volunteer for at least 3 hours.
Says, while Illyria's steering, she will take a nap and wake up on the next 3 hours.
I'll
We
stay up.
probably have 2 on, 2 off. 1 person to drive, 1 person to watch, and then 2 people resting.
No worries, I'll let Illyria take a turn at it, and I will stay watching. Why don't you all go rest?
I mean, you've been driving all day.
Yes, but it's also my uncle's adventures. Responsible.
Okay.
are you sure you don't want to rest first? Get up, see the sunrise on your uncle's GTF?
I'd rather sleep in. I'm better with nights.
Very well. I'm better with early morning. So.
And then this will work perfectly.
Okay, go ahead and make me a constitution check to avoid exhaustion.
For 8-hour day and 3 hours a night?
Well, because you're... No, never mind.
Yeah, I was like, that's like just a little work day and just a little sitting around. I'm not like doing anything too tedious, am I?
Well, it's not... It's driving. You know, you
Yeah.
can drive for like... No, you've only been driving for about 4 hours, so you could push yourself.
You gotta deal with that road hypnosis.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll roll the contract if you want me to. It's not awful.
The DC is going to be low anyway. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Do not go through and press the button. There it is.
Oh, well.
So I roll with disadvantage, but they're the same anyway.
Yeah.
So while Illyria's taking the ship, I guess I nap out.
That
You,
damn road hypnosis.
Well, all that happens is that everyone feels themselves descending
Mm.
and descending. And I assume Illyria... Who's taking first watch?
It was gonna be me and Illyria, but now I guess it's not.
Illyria like taps your shoulder and she says, "You need to go to sleep." She says, "Give me the controls."
Yeah, she's so sorry. And I just kind of like, back up and let her have full reins of it.
Hum
Speak
feels
up.
the descent and she gets up and she says, I got it. I'll help Illyria. Go get some sleep, Tadias. Take a shot of the whiskey.
Oh, we'll just do that.
All right. So the let's see, another the night sort of passes, and as you pass over these hills, you look down and you can see small fires that are probably torches or campfires. They're just interspersed here and there.
Illyria and I are just having small talk, talking about life and her brother, and
Okay.
As Carahill's waking up from her rest, she's going back to looking around outside the airship and just finding everything outside the forest she grew up in very amazing.
Yeah, it's not bad looking up from up here. So in the morning, sort of from where you are, you see on the ground are just bands here and there, bands of gnolls, either on a hunt or just prowling. And one ends up noticing you guys in the sky in this wooden ship. It doesn't see you, but it sees a ship, and it, you catch it as it just sort of gawking up.
Illyria, you just seen that? That Noel looked so funny. His mouth was hanging open. Hum's just enjoying the whole ride. She's just chit-chatting away.
So, you guys get to crossing the Telderia River, much farther north than most of you have been, at least above it this way. And how far up did you say you were? Hello?
We're about 30 or 40 feet, right? Or
Okay.
did we go up higher?
I mean, we can get higher if you want to. I was being considered exactly, but looks like he's doing all right.
So we're staying over any peaks or trees that we can see.
Okay. So as you guys sort of cross the river, you... Hold on a second. Stand by 1 minute. Okay. As you guys sort of cross this river, you spot two things. Not two things, but you spot an interesting scene. So, off of the riverbank, you see a group of bushes, and a bit south of the bushes, on sort of a really most of you who've been in the area know that this sort of marking here is for a trail and not a road. But over here, you notice that there's a group of people following the river on what's probably an animal trail. And I would like everyone to make perception checks.
This was after the night, so I'm awake again?
Yeah. This
All
is
right.
in the sort of the early afternoon of the next day.
Copy. My sheet's being weird, so I have to scroll down to find my checks. There.
And I will roll for Illyria. Okay. You spot, sort of looking over, in the bushes, you see what looks like a couple gnolls sort of hiding behind them. And you look back and forth, and you can see that the group of people and the gnolls are separated by a copse of bushes.
Zachriel, do you see that? There's gnolls going to attack that group of people. Should we do something about it?
Yes, we must help them.
Okay.
Tobias, Illyria, we need to go down.
Literally, just bring us in close. We can help down once we're pretty low.
So the river is sort of up against the where these bushes are, and you know from what you know from. So do you just take it in as an approach? You just kind of approach and draw near.
I believe so.
Who are you going toward? Are you going toward the gnolls or the people?
When we go towards people, we can drop ropes and bring them up to them.
Yeah, we are going towards the people and we're yelling, "Watch out! There's gnolls on the road!"
So they look up and they're just totally awestruck by this. And one of them just like shouts up to you and says, they look a little embarrassed. They look around and they shout up, "Can you help us? We're lost."
We should
Cool.
probably not have them yell loudly.
I just throw a rope over.
And
Takes her
you
rope
notice
out,
that
throws it out.
I don't know if I described this, but they have a horse and a cart with them.
Oh god.
Oh, no, we didn't hear that bit.
They like, is something wrong?
There are gnolls. They're going to get you. You need to get back to the road.
Which way is that? We were given some directions, and we sort of took a wrong turn, it seems. They just told us
If
to
we
follow the
are-
river.
If we are where we think we are, they're like nowhere near the road.
They are nowhere near the road.
There's no way they're going to find it easily. We need to actually navigate them there. If we can clear out these knolls, we can walk them around the forest, and the road should meet them.
That's true.
We could, yeah, and we could use the ropes kind of
To tie off them.
to guide them and make sure they don't get lost, like a leash with them.
I can just light the
Pull
ship
the
and
horse
they
with the
leave
ship?
follow it.
What'd you say?
I can just put the light on the ship and they can follow the light during nighttime. But for right now, I think we get all of them aboard the ship. We go take care of these gnolls and then we start navigating the cart.
Okay, so
Well,
are you gonna leave the horse on the ground?
well, here's what we can do. I'm very good with a horse. I will go down there. They will come up. I will ride the horse to the world.
You'll ride the horse through the what?
That-
To the road.
Okay.
Only if you let me be with you, because
Very
I don't
well.
like the idea of you being on the road alone.
It's not my first time, but I will take the company.
Be careful.
Okay, so are you gonna do that now, or are you?
Well, I start tying my rope to the side of the ship.
Okay.
Would you like to fly?
I'm sorry?
Would you like to fly? He says.
Yeah, let's fly.
All right, jump on my back. I tie the
I
rope
can
around my
do
waist, and I jump.
Ow.
Oh boy.
Well, I kind of like. Okay. Have you ever rappelled, Mike?
Oh, you're rappelling. Okay.
Yeah.
So like I wrap it around the back, like around my back, but I have it locked in with one hand.
Okay. So yeah, getting down isn't too hard, and then you just kind of climb the rest of the way down. Are you like setting the ship down, or are you how high up are you?
We were 30 feet up before, so I
Do
mean,
you
we're
lower
bringing
it
it
all,
like,
or
Yeah,
within
we're-
15.
okay? So it's easy enough to get down, and you're down with them now.
And now we need to find a clearing space where we can bring the ship down so that we can put the people on.
It's not safe to do it here. We have to get them to the road. The gnolls won't. The ship can get to the road faster than we can. Well, I believe they call it a hot landing zone. There's too many gnolls around here.
So you guys are gonna try to guide them before you deal with the gnolls, or are you just
What?
gonna?
Do we know how many gnolls there are?
You saw at least, Hum saw at least 3.
There are 3 of them.
And
At
one
least.
of them looked pretty big.
All right. Do you want to fight them or run?
Do you think we can outrun them?
Sure.
And if we don't have to deal with them, it'd be best not to deal with them.
Although they could be going towards Forthstride, in which case we would have to deal with them.
That's a good point.
That also could be more of them, and this is just an outlier.
Yes. All right. You there, people. Do you mind if I command your horse?
They say no, as long as we can get back to the Galtona Road.
All right, we'll do that. Wait, all right, we'll do that. Tadias, meet us there.
I can do that. Illyria will drive. I'll make sure safely, and Illyria, keep sort of closer to the ground. I might be able to give them covering fire if they get jumped. Or are you going directly into those woods? I would advise going around them.
There's no real woods between here and here.
Yeah.
Between where?
It's just grasslands. Hills and grasslands.
Oh, so we did get all the way there. So, yeah.
You're where the ship is on the map.
Oh, so we did move. Right, cool. I thought we were still on, like, this north end of the woods.
No.
I didn't know.
You're right here.
Neat. Okay. That's much better. Yeah, perfect. Just keep me a little bit closer to the ground and just... Whoosh.
Okay. So it's simple enough to lead them back. And it seems like the gnolls laying in wait. For some reason they didn't follow, but you end up
Maybe the big airship?
probably the big airship. I mean, for all they know, it could be a dragon. So, you guys get to that road, and it's much better marked. However, you know that this is not the Galtana road like they were hoping.
Okay. If the ship was to land here, like, could it land here?
Yeah, it
Would
can
we
land
be
here.
able to load the horse onto it?
Yeah, there's plenty of space.
It's a big old ship.
Well, I mean,
was
there's
just
not
more
plenty of...
curious if there was a ramp
it would be-
for it to get the...
Oh, yeah, no, there's no kind of ramp.
Yeah.
You'd have to
Winch it in.
winch it in. Yeah.
Can we just take them to right here and tell them to head directly east?
Well, the issue with that is that it's grasslands. There could be gnolls everywhere.
The plains are scary for this
Well,
reason.
this isn't a road, but it is a path of some sort, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a trail. It's a not very well used trail.
So we can still tell that it does go, right?
Well, from what everyone who like the region's been, well charted, so you know that this trail just sort of leads up into the Mistrig Mountains. The Mistrig Mountains.
Right. See, this is where you went wrong. And we have maps, right?
Yeah, there's a map on the ship.
All right. I bring them up to show them the map. This is where you went wrong. You're on this trail that leads into the mountains. You should be over here on this road.
And oh no, they look like super bummed because it's gonna take them a day or two to get back to Rolid, to get back to the Galtana Road.
Listen. If we can get your horse onto the ship and your cart, we might be able to quickly get you over there.
Oh, thank you. That'd be very helpful.
It's going to be very painful on your horse.
Sure, you can take it. We'll do our best to keep him calm.
We have some whiskey.
The man who's with this group of people traveling just laughs. He says, "That'll calm him down." So, I'm gonna need animal handling checks from somebody. to get the horse onto the ship. Whoever wants
Nice
to.
horsey.
I mean, I think Zachary will thematically the animals, and Illyria is probably the best normally.
Right.
She is definitely better than me.
She,
I am not trained in it, and I have.
I would really try to attempt like actually building like a ramp or like staircase for it to walk up. I just don't know what materials I have to do it with.
You don't have much, but go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so you find like a hill that's kind of, if you sort of tilt the ship a little bit, it acts as a ramp onto the ship. Like it's sort of a cliff. You find a ridge, is what you find. You find a ridge.
If we use the terrain, we might be able to use the hillside to get a little closer.
How are we gonna get it off?
Let's try that. I'll just ride the horse onto the ship.
Horses jump. I mean, landing it might be easier than trying to get up above the banister.
But how do we get it off?
Well, hopefully there's a ridge over there as well.
We're looking for luck.
All right.
We used Legend of Zelda Epona just right over.
Pretty much.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's easy enough to get them over there. And by the time you do, though, it's nightfall.
It looks like it's another a night of traveling for us.
Well,
And
smooth
you
exchanges.
manage to let the horse off. It takes a long time, which is why it's night by the time you finish.
Yeah.
And they thank you, and they sort of like gather themselves and they start heading north.
Before you head out, friends, what exactly are you shipping?
They said, "Oh no, we're just traveling to Galtana."
To Geltana. What's in Geltana for you?
They say, "Oh, they say we just couldn't find much luck in Roll It, and we're just going home."
Well, safe travels.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Can I make the quickest of insight checks on all that? See
Sure.
if it checks out?
They're genuine.
Alright, perfect. Well, safe travels.
And they sort of move a little bit, and then like as you leave and as you look back on them, like on the ship, you see what is probably a little campfire as they start to bed themselves down for the night.
I hope they're safe. Nulls are vicious.
Well, if you like, we could spend the night with them.
It might not be a bad idea.
If everyone agrees to, I do want to deliver what we're supposed to deliver.
He didn't give you a due date, so
Good deed never goes to strange, guys.
Alright, let's use this time to watch over them.
It'd also probably be best to rest up since we spent all day making sure they were okay on the ship. None of us got some rest.
So, I'll go approach them and be like, well, we've decided that we're going to stay here and help you through the night, so you've had a very trying day. I want you to sleep through the night.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll take first watch.
Illyria says, "Oh, I can stay up. I can stay up and do the last half of the night because she's an elf."
Well, and I did. Sorry, I don't remember. Do any of us have trouble seeing in the dark?
Nope.
It's
I
a
think-
little cloudy for me, but I do alright.
Well, if you would prefer to take first, then you could sleep in.
Don't, threaten me with a good time, and I go over and I go start taking a nap.
Okay. Who's taking second watch?
I am.
Then I'll just chill with Larry on the last bit.
So, make a perception check, Tadias.
Me?
He's sleeping.
Oh, I thought you said you were with... Well, this happens on the time you're hanging out with Illyria.
Alright, cool. I will do that then. Natural 20.
Nice.
All right. You hear them. You hear off in the distance behind one of the hills that lines the road. You just hear growls.
The creepy laughing hyena voice.
A little bit, yeah.
I pointed out to Illyria. I think we're going to have company. Wake the others.
She goes and she wakes everyone up. Wait, no time. So you're all roused by Illyria. She says, "Wake up, wake up."
What's going on?
She says, "There's some trouble."
Shit.
Give me a second here. Huh?
I was saying, Carahill was saying, why can't we just sleep peacefully?
I agree. Why can't we just sleep?
So, wait, what did Carahill say? I'm sorry.
She said, why can't we just sleep peacefully?
Oh, she's just complaining. Okay, I didn't catch that part. All right. Yeah, no kidding, right? Even though you all have been
Yeah.
for the past couple nights. Okay. Oh, wait. So you all jam there. Okay. I'm gonna take you to this page. Set yourselves up how you think you would be. The road is that, what I drew there. The people are sort of camping out over here. And Tadias heard the growling coming from this way.
I'm pretty good in my position, I would say.
Okay.
I was just off the ship, kind of just waiting for everyone to get ready.
And the ship's off the map, over there.
Yeah.
So it's let me
I will shield up and start waiting and watching the horizon.
that's not the one I want. So it's a tense moment for a couple of seconds, and then you hear the and then you see coming over the hill by the road this group of gnolls. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Many spooks. Alright.
And then
Oh, I didn't
in terms
press
of
my token.
in terms of time, this will be we'll do this encounter, and then that'll be the end of the session.
Sounds about right.
Oh, Illyria, right. Let me get her. Okay. So let me roll her initiative. And then roll their initiatives. I had to make a whole new map because you skipped my other map. It's okay. All right.
The Emirati Metro's got that thing right now.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I was doing a what's it called? Shit, I'm forgetting their names. The brothers that do the moonshining, generally.
Oh,
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I was doing a Dukes of Hazzard. Them boys just got them rat nest right there.
all right. The bigger Knoll goes first. He runs down to here with a longbow in hand, and he just aims it right at you, Tadias, and he takes an attack. And 16 to hit.
You will not hit because I have my shield out.
And he draws a string and shoots again. 15 to hit.
Nope.
Zachariel, it's your turn.
Mike,
Right there.
move
Yes?
the map out a little bit because you can't see us on the map.
On the stream.
Pretty.
Do we not have a camera?
Thank you. Okay.
No problem.
All right, Zekar's gonna turn to the these people. Tell
Mhm.
them to get under the cart.
And they start crawling to do so.
He runs up here and takes a dodge action.
Okay. Illyria's turn. She just, from where she is, she knocks her bow, knocks an arrow, and she fires it at the knoll. Nice roll. Alright, she deals it 9 damage and it cries out. Ah! Alright. This one is going to definitely run at Zachariel. And it's going to attack you with a spear. It's going to try to drive its spear into you. Wow, 6 to hit.
Yes.
It's your turn.
Hum runs up over to the side here, just a little bit,
Okay.
so she can get a good shot of this guy at this guy. Those days where you wish you had used your rosins.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Anything else you want to do?
That's it.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw inspiration at Zachariel.
Zachariel, you were inspired. Alright. This one is going to join by its leader, and it's going to hurl a spear at Tadias. 17 to hit.
Nope.
Alright. This one gets down to here and hurls a spear at Illyria with disadvantage. I didn't want to roll initiative again. Oops. That's what.
Do you want us to roll initiative again?
No. I accidentally rolled its initiative again.
Oh, gotcha.
I wanted to hit query advantage, but okay. Disadvantage on her. 19 to hit on Illyria. She takes 6 piercing damage. Ouch. Alright, Carahel, it's your turn.
Alrighty. Cargo is going to move. Yeah, right there. And she's going to attack one very next to her. With a short sword.
That's a hit. 3 damage.
Damage. And then an unarmed strike. For the bonus action.
That is a miss.
Alright.
Alright. This Null joins the fray, looks a little more sheepish, and it begins to take the dodge action. I'm going to mark them with colors so that you guys can know who you're talking about. Okay. Tadias, it's your turn.
Now, if I'm targeting this one with like a ranged attack, would I make it at disadvantage or with just cover?
It would have a little bit of cover.
All right. think we're better off staying as a team. So I'm going to just kind of 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm going to pull out my nice dagger that I got from Cultist Rezior, and I'm going to make an attack.
All right. That's a hit.
20 to hit. And I do 6 piercing damage.
You stab right into this thing.
And I just hold up my shield, and I wait out there.
Okay. The big gnoll, is going to run up to here, and he's going to attack. He tosses his longbow aside, and he draws a glaive, and he runs up to Cara Hill, and he's gonna take a swing at her. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
13 slashing.
Oh, fun.
And he, super happy, he turns to Zachariel and in celebration tries to bite him. 18 to hit.
He has disadvantage.
Why?
I'm dodging.
Oh,
I'm
got it.
dodging.
Well, he rolled an 18 and a 19.
Well, 18 hits.
5 piercing. And he is going to not use that yet. Zachariel, it's your turn.
All right. Well, after seeing that, I'm going to turn to him. Attack him with my longsword.
It's a hit.
10.
Big damage.
And then I'm going to action surge and I'm going to hit him again.
And you do. And you deal a lot of damage to him, and he's just super angry now. And he looks at you with fire in his eyes, and all of his attention's on you now. Anything else you want to do?
I have inspiration too, so.
Yep.
You didn't need it.
Nope. That's it for me.
It's Illyria's turn. She wises up to that, and she goes over here. And we'll say that she casts... what does she have?
Hail of Thorns, I think, is the one.
She has...
Yeah, but Hail of the Thorns will catch you guys.
It's on this guy over here.
She's going to
Ooh,
cast...
true enough.
She's going to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Ooh, that's also fun.
And she's going to aim at the big gnoll. And she's going to shoot at him. And she hits, dealing 5 piercing damage. And the gnoll dude has to make a strength save. He saves, unfortunately. So these vines erupt around him, and he just kind of... Ah! That is her turn. Gnoll is going to bite at Zachariel. Actually, he's going to spear at Zachariel. 11 does not hit.
Nope.
Alright. Hum, it's your turn.
Seeing Cara Hill take that much damage, runs over to her and puts hands on and does cure wounds.
Yay.
Why is it not working?
You could be lagging. There it is. Nice.
Yay.
Ooh, that's good.
Alright. This gnoll is going to join the fight and run up to Tadias and try to spear him.
A berry.
14 to hit.
No.
Alright. He clangs off of your shield. This gnoll is going to run over to Hum and try to attack her.
No!
And natural ones. Cara Hill, it's your turn.
Alright, since Cara Hill now has a grudge against the gnoll that almost took her life, she's going to attack it.
Alright. That's a hit.
Alrighty. And if that did not make it go down, she will
Nope.
attack it again.
That is a miss.
Alright, and she will spend key point and attack it again.
All right. We'll get back to your turn.
Oh, that's a miss too.
That's unfortunate.
Damn.
So he's just sort of like blocking. You see, like he's in like the moonlight. His blood is just shimmering a little bit, and he's just and he looks really upset and angry. And he dodges your blows and sort of turns weakly. He blocks your either punch or kick aside with his glaive. This is Noel's turn, and he runs at Illyria and just headlong tries to spear her. 20 to hit, ooh, for 9 damage. Illyria's not looking good.
Maybe.
Tadias, it's your turn.
How bad does the red knoll look right now?
The red one, he looks a little winded.
I will take another swing at the red one.
Okay. There's a miss.
I am going to improvise.
All right. Reroll.
So I kind of slash over his head and I see him duck it, and I bring my knee up to try and knee his head back into the dagger's path.
And you hit. Your knee catches his jaw and it kind of scrapes across his head. Ugh. All right. So you didn't deal it that much damage. It's still focusing on Zachriel, and he's going to go all in with his glaive. 8 to hit, no. And natural 1.
Missed.
And then he does this. He screams out loud, "Ah!" And all of the gnolls around you feel inspired, and every single one of them makes a bite attack.
Yeah.
So we're going to bite Illyria. Natural 1. We're going to bite Hum. A 6. We're going to bite... I'm not kidding either. We're going to bite Zachriel. 11. We're going to bite Tadias. 7. Wow. That is bull. All
They
right,
are
well,
the worst inspiration ever.
Zachriel, it's your turn.
All right. After watching all of them try to bite at all of us, think you're in over your head. I stab forth at the big one again.
That's a
I
hit.
will. Okay.
And
9.
describe.
So when he let out that roar, I just take my sword and stab it through his throat,
Oh, yeah.
like through his mouth, at the back of his head.
And he's still crying out for a second, even after you stab him, but then it just sort of peters out, and he limps, and it slides off of the end of your sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Illyria is going to take the disengage action and move over here. The gnoll in front of you, Zachriel, sees his boss go down, and he's going to actually start to run because he's pretty wounded himself. Make your attack of opportunity if you wish.
Absolutely. I will use the inspiration.
All right, you hit. You only need 1 more.
All right.
And you just lop its head off as it just falls into the road, spilling blood. Hum, it's your turn.
Hum is pissed, and she grabs her crossbow and misses.
I'm sorry. Anything else?
She cusses.
I'm sorry?
She cussed. That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
Didn't cuss.
Noel in front of Tadias is going to attack him with a spear. Wow. Natural 1. I'm rolling a lot of natural 1s tonight.
So are we all.
Good.
Huh? What were you asking?
I said so are we all.
Okay. The Noel in front of Hum attacks her. No. Do it, please. 14 to hit.
It hits.
9 piercing.
Fuck.
There we go. Advantage toggle. That's what I wanted. Okay. Cariel, it's your turn.
Alrighty, now that the one that pissed me off is taken care of, I gotta take care of the one that is
Eating
hurting
hum.
Yeah. And I will do what I always do.
Crit.
Nice.
Ooh, Jesus.
All right, you deal it 9 damage as it cries out.
And if it's not down,
Nope.
Nope.
There's a miss. All right.
alright.
This gnoll runs after Illyria and is going to try to bite her. 21 to hit. Illyria goes unconscious. Tadias.
We gotta apologize to Nyx when she gets back.
No
If I
kidding,
were-
right?
If I remember correctly, magic missile can target multiple people.
It can.
I'm gonna bust 6 charges of magic missile out.
All right. Who are you
I'm going
attacking?
to put. I'm gonna put at least 4 on this boy, and then 3 on the one next to Hum.
Okay.
So how many will that be altogether? Because
are you using 7?
That's 7.
Oh wait, no,
I'm-
you're not
I
using
get-
7. That's 4 charges because it's a level 3.
yeah, I get 3 base, and then I have 6 charges above that. So I think I have 9 total.
Wait. You're spent how many?
'Cause I think-
How many charges are you spending? It's 1 additional missile for every spell level. So
Yeah, 6.
6. Yeah.
So it would be 4 and 5.
Yes. Wait.
So
no.
then,
Okay. So for level 4, which would be 4 charges, that's
no, 6 charges.
Oh, 6 charges.
I was just saying he's getting 4 and he's getting 5.
Uh.
Because 6 charges, it should be 5 charges.
Oh
over
yeah, you're
that.
right. It's 9. Yep.
Yeah. So
Perfect. And then I will do 5 charges towards Greenie. I think he has more health. No, he just got crit. 5 charges to Bluey, 4 charges to Greenie.
Okay.
So
Roll that
Roll.
stuff.
5 charges, 5d4 plus 5, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, got it all together.
Okay. Is that toward blue?
That's towards Blue.
Okay. You do not take him down,
All right, and then I have
but he's hurt
4.
pretty bad.
Then I have 4 charges going towards Green.
Okay.
Lots of
Alright.
nat ones.
Yeah, damage was not on my front side that time. It's all right. At least you guys will be able to finish it all off. Woo, there you go.
That takes him down.
On Greenie?
Yep.
Alright, cool.
All right. So, seeing 3 of his companions sort of. Oh wait, it's not his turn. Zachariel, what do you do?
I'm gonna slash over toward.
It's a hit. Orange, you said?
Yeah, this guy.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Illyria is going to make a death save, and she succeeds.
You can't kill Nyx, guys.
I'll get to her. I just
That
couldn't do
knoll
it
is
that
dead. Hum, it's your turn.
Seeing Illyria down, well, there's a guy in front of her. Hum just pulls out her rapier, runs
Oh.
towards him, and stabs at him.
All right. That's a hit. All right. You stab this thing through the body, killing it. You can describe it further if you wish.
She stabs at him and she screams, "Stay away from my friends!" And just really hard, with all her might, stabs into him.
He just claws at his body and he just sort of like limps. All right. Tadias, you're going to take an attack.
Alright.
21 to hit.
That'll do it,
4
but
piercing.
I use my reaction to
Oh.
use shield.
All right.
AC was a 23.
Okay, he misses. Carahill, it's your turn.
Alrighty. Since I cannot help Illyria down there in any way, I'm going to come up here and attack this thing.
Okay. You hit.
Awesome.
7 damage.
And let's try this unarmed strike one more time.
To hit.
Yay! This time.
5 bludgeoning. Alright, he's not looking good. Tadias, it is your turn.
Alright, just really
Did he
quickly.
skip his turn? Oh no, he's dead. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna risk the opportunity attack. I am going to move out of.
Okay. He tries to bite at you, and he rolls a 12.
And so as he tries to chomp at air, I'm gonna run over to Illyria. I'm gonna really quick just grab, like, her throat and really quickly just try to, like, shake her back to consciousness.
Don't shake the baby.
She kind of coughs a little bit. And she's totally fine. Well, not totally fine, but she's not dying.
She's conscious now.
She's conscious now.
And then I am going to turn dagger. You're not going anywhere, friend. And that'll be my turn.
Zachriel.
Wait, who'd you turn to?
We only got one no left. Let's get him.
Oh.
I just stabilized Illyria, that's all.
Oh, no, I thought you wanted to capture it or something. Alright, I will swipe it up with my sword.
That's it. And you kill.
Boom.
I carve a Z in his chest.
You carve a Z in his chest.
Carve a DTF.
Jeez.
No.
Alright. Everyone in this traveling group thanks you profusely. They sort of quiver at the thought of what might have happened if you hadn't have been there. And the rest of the night goes without incident, and everybody level up to 3.
Yay!
Can I quickly inspect all the nobles for stuff? Because the javelins are kind of handy.
They're not javelins, they're spears.
I thought one of them threw a javelin.
No, he threw a spear.
They threw a spear.
Oh.
But you do find you find like some knickknacks that like crappy like things made of grass. Nothing really interesting, just null shit.
Null shit?
Yeah.
Ew.
Too bad you're not on the job today, Zachriel.
I'm just checking something with the spears. They might also be useful to me. Yeah, they're still useful as well.
They have thrown.
Can I grab all the spears?
Sure, you can grab all the spears.
I have all the spears. It's funny because once I hit level 4, my whole class is built about throwing anything I want.
What are you gonna? What are you gonna do it for?
4, you said we get a free feat.
Yes, I did.
So I'm going to increase my strength and take Tavern Brawler, so I become proficient in thrown weapons. And all my thrown weapons have a range of 20 and 60. And because my strength is 20, I can throw tables, chairs, and hit anybody for dagger damage.
Nice.
So the idea is that I literally just go straight, dude perfect on everybody I fight.
Sweet, sweet.
If there's a wagon wheel, if there's a spike on the ground, just chuck it in his face.
Okay, so Illyria's fine, and I wasn't gonna let her die. Promise.
Yeah, thank God. How many spears do you want me to add to my sheet?
4.
4? All right. And everything else is good. Level 3. That means I get my features too. That's gonna be neat.
You do. Lots of big things.
I actually get to do things in combat now.
Yeah.
Great.
It's gonna be super great.
Ooh, I get to have Way of the Shadow now.
Hum gets a little scary with College of Whispers.
Yes, you do. You are scary.
Psychic sneak attack. I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, because you're using the actual one now. The one from
Xanathar's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the psychic a lot better.
I do too. It makes more sense.
It does. Leveling up my sheet. Giving it a
I'll help. I guess I'll help next.
And you said we could roll for the.
Hmm?
You said we could roll for HP and take the standard if we don't outroll our standard.
Yes.
Oh,
I
I
will
guess
do that real quickly. Oh, I have a D10. I forgot about that. I keep thinking I'm a D8.
Yay.
I guess I'm taking the 6 or the 7. Is it 7? The 6.
You rolled over your average. Good job.
6 plus 1 is 7, so I get to 28. Not bad. And you said we get the long rests uneventful, so we get all of our health back. And I will real quickly roll for my missiles as well.
Dawn comes. There's no problems, and
I only get 2 of them. Well, either way. Oh wow, I get a lot of stuff at level 3. I didn't realize.
what else do you get? You get the crazy movement thing and an additional spell.
I get additional spell as bonus action on and you take the dash move or interact with objects move.
Oh yeah, use an item. You get the thief thing.
So anyway, like force potions in people's mouths, bonus action.
That sounds like something Tadias can do.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole building of it. But object dash opportunity attacks are made with disadvantage, and my running long jump is the distance you can cover increases by the number of feet equal to your strength modifier, which is why I was focusing on strength for him.
That'll probably.
He's just like a hop.
That'll probably.
I mean, what's the normal check for that?
The running long jump without a check is like your strength score.
Oh, so I can do 25 once I hit level 4. But for a while, it's going to be 20. It's not bad. 20 feet is a good jump.
Oh, cool.
Anyone else have some fun level 3 stuff?
I get deflect missiles.
You get deflect missiles, and you get some sweet spells you can use with key.
Yeah, I get my monastic tradition.
All right, I'm going to quit the stream. Thanks for watching, anyone who's actually watching. Good night.